Okay. Not a little bit in and out. Hello, happy Tuesday evening. Hi, Renee. Happy Tuesday. And guess what? You are our lucky winner today. Your name was chosen for the journal and coordinating gift box. Congratulations. Joe Reed. Hi, Joe Reed. All right, it's just about 8:30 and I don't like to wait too long for my gals that are here and ready to go. What are you doing in Lancaster, Renee? Are you at a show or something? We've got to catch up sometime and eat ice cream or something. What do you think? That would be fun. All right. Well, as I've already said, we had our winner from last week, the handmade gratitude journal I made with coordinating gift box. That's going to go to my friend Renee Johnson. Congratulations. I have your address and I will get that off to you this week. So that is our prize from last week. This week, I have something from our catalog that are super cute. These are the little Stampin' Up! Little gift boxes. Let me see what they call them. The mini shipping boxes. Okay, and in the pack you get, let's see, there are 8 of them, and you can put them together and they look like a little mini shipping box. And you can use these for all different kinds of things. You can decorate them. So this will be my giveaway for this evening. So if you comment or share during the video this evening, or when you're watching the replay, I will put your name into a drawing for these adorable little boxes. Aren't they cute? All right, so let's put those away. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right, we have moved and shifted from our Halloween, and now we are working on some fall/Thanksgiving type items. And the suite I've been using is the Come to Gather suite. Right here it is. If you have your catalog, it's on page 46, 47, and 48. It's just gorgeous. Love the colors. We will be again using this evening. This is the Come to Gather stamp set. It is a photopolymer set. And it comes with a set of dies called Gathered Leaves dies. Now, this isn't all of them, but this is some of them because we're going to be using a couple this evening. And sometimes don't put my stamps where they belong. So this is the die set that comes with the bundle. If you get the bundle together, the stamp set and the dies, you would get 10% off. So it's a great deal if you want to bundle up your dies and stamps together. All right. There's also some gorgeous paper, which I showed you last week when I made the journal. But today we are going to be making this cute little candy corn gift box. Do you guys like candy corn? You either love it or you hate it. You know, I don't know anybody that's one or the other. So I do love candy corn, and I've eaten through a few bags already, and it's not even nearly near Thanksgiving. So, I thought I'd make a cute little box for a bag of candy corn for your friend or friends that like candy corn. All right, you can see I've used some of the cute little dies cuts from the set, and here I used the pumpkin. So I'm going to show you how I made it. First, we're going to go ahead and construct the little box. All right, now to make the box, you're going to need a piece of Mary Merlot. This is a gorgeous color. It's kind of a regal maroonish color. It's one of the colors that's in this suite, and I love it. I think it's a great color for fall. And the piece of Mary Merlot you're going to need is 8.5 by 7 3/4. So we're going to start with that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my scoring board. And on the long side, which is the 8.5 side, I'm going to score it at 3/4. That's it. Now we're going to go to the short side. I'm going to score at 3/4, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. Okay, now before we start folding it on the score lines, we're going to turn it back this way so that the score I made on the long side, the 3/4 score, is to the left. And I'm going to go up here at the top of the scoring board, and at 3 3/4, which is right here, I'm going to score, but I'm going to stop at the second score line. So I'm going to score down to this score line, through it, and then I'm going to stop at the second score line. Okay, so I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm just going to stop right there at that score line. Okay, now you'll understand why I'm doing that in a minute. And don't worry about any of the dimensions and everything. That will all be on my blog. Okay. Please pipe in if you join me. I see 4 friends there, and I'm not sure who's joining me except for Renee. So go ahead and pipe in and let me know who's here and what kind of a day you're having, and if you're getting ready for Halloween and all the fun things coming up. All right, so I have already taken some time and started to fold and crease on all the score lines. Okay. All done. All right, now how this is going to work is we're going to fold it around like this and close the bottom. All right, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to take my scissors, and along the bottom here, we're going to cut up on all those little tabs. Okay, and I like to make them a little wedged, because then when you fold the box together, there's just not so much bulk in the corners, and it makes it a little bit easier to get together. Okay, there's that. Gonna take that away. And now let's think about this score line I put here. What you're actually gonna do is you're gonna cut in on that score line you made, and then you're going to cut all the way up to the top. So you're going to cut off a pretty nice sized piece of your box, but that's okay. Don't worry, because look what we're trying to do here. You notice how this part is going to flip over, and it's going to make the front pocket of the box. Okay, so let's go ahead. And here, I'll lay this out so you can see what I've done and what the template looks like. And I had another one here just to make sure I was doing it in the right way. So they both look perfect. So here is my template where we are. Everything's folded, ready to go. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a piece of cardstock in here. I'm sorry, Designer Series paper. Because if you see when I pull out my candy corn, there's a little piece of Designer Series paper there. Okay, I like to put the coordinating paper in, so I'm going to put that inside before we put the box together. Okay, so there's where it will go. I'm going to go and grab my liquid glue. And I'm going to adhere the piece right to the back section. It's kind of the inside of the box, okay? But we're going to be able to see the top part because the box doesn't close all the way up. So we have that right there, and that's on the inside of the box. All right. Now let's go ahead and put our box together. I have all my tabs and all my flaps folded nicely. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a piece of Tear and tape, And I'm going to put that right across here. Right on this, I think that's 3/4 inch side. And I'm gonna tear that off. And then I'm just going to bring it around and adhere it to the other side of the box. So it kind of forms that little pocket right in the front. Okay, then I'm gonna close this up on the bottom. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these 2 tabs. Come on, glue. There. And since this is going to be the front of the box, I'm going to put some glue on this tab. Boy, oh boy, am I empty here. I've been working hard today. And then I'm just going to fold this over, and then the tabs are inside, and then the final flap. And I'm just going to hold that for a minute. Okay, my Tombow, love my Tombow. It's ready to go. So there is our box. Okay, now the piece that I put inside the box, that panel was 2.5 by 7.5, and that will be on the blog as well. Now I'm going to add a piece here to the front. I've got to find my piece. Here he is. Okay, and he's going to go right here on the front of the box. So let's get another glue, because that one's about all. And let's put a little glue on the back of this smaller panel, 2.5 by 3 3/4. Okay, and that pretty paper, it has that Cajun craze and the Mary Merlot, very pretty, very fall. Okay, now the next thing I'd like to do is put the bow on the box. Okay. So the easiest way to do that is to put some candy in there. Okay, and now I'm going to take, this is some of the ribbon that goes with the sweet. I'm going to take a nice big slice so I don't have to worry about making my bow. And I'm going to go ahead and tie that around right away. Because when I make the little label that goes on the front, it just goes right over the bow. So if the bow's in place now, that would be great. And I'd rather do the tying now, and hopefully it'll go smoothly. Okay, I like to put the bow over here to the right side of the box. And then the label will go on the center. Hey, that came out pretty good. It is a good night. I've made a bow in one try. All right, there we go. And now I'm going to cut a little bit off each of these ends. I like to always cut them at an angle a little bit. I think that looks a little nicer. There we go. So now our bow is ready. This one's a little too long. Let's shorten you up a little bit. There we go. All right, there's our bow. Now, if you look at the other one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to work on our little label here now. Okay, so first thing you're going to need is you're going to use Very Vanilla for this, and you're going to cut it out using these stitch label dies. These are fantastic. This is a great investment because I use these all the time. And they have so many different sizes. There's just so many great things you can do with those. So that's what I used here, and I cut that out here. All right, then I'm going to take some of my stamps. The first one is going to be my little piece of wheat. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead with the crumb cake. Along the bottom, I'm just going to put, oops. We're going to put one in mint macaron. And there, how about there? There's a crumb cake one. A little different, but it'll work. There's some of the little wheat along the bottom. All right. Then I'm going to use my Mary Merlot ink. Goes right along with my paper. So Great Stampin' Up! Does that. And this is Season of Thanks, and that's going to go up toward the top, but not quite at the top because we need a little room for our leaves. I love these photopolymer stamps. You can see exactly where they're going, and you can get it right in the right spot. So there's my Season of Thanks. All right, now let's go ahead and take a piece of Very Vanilla, and we're gonna work on the little pumpkins here. They're so cute. I'm gonna get the crumb cake out again, and I'm gonna go ahead and stamp that with the crumb cake right onto my Very Vanilla cardstock. All right, now I'm gonna pull out my lovely alcohol blends. These are in pumpkin pie. There's not a better color that we could use. I think it could, Renee. I think you could. You might want to make the top here a little shorter, but I think you could definitely fit tissues in there. That's a really great idea. I didn't think of that. Now you got me thinking about that. But I definitely think that would work. Great idea. All right, I'm going to take some of my pumpkin pie. This is the light one. The blends always come in sets of 2. One is a little darker than the other. So you usually, my style is to go ahead and color with the lighter one first. Then I come in with the darker and do a little bit of shading like this. And then I go back and I blend it a little bit with the light again. Then you can see the shaded section there to the left. Gives it a little more depth. I'm going to go ahead and use the darker one for the stems too. All right, so there is our pumpkins. I'm going to go ahead and cut my pumpkins out. So I'm going to bring up my Big Shot. And as part of the set of dies that go with this stamp set, there is a cutout for these cute little pumpkins. Got that right over here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, whoops, get that in here. And what's so cool about the Big Shot, there is a magnetic platform that holds that die right in place so it won't slide while it's going through. All right, so now that's through. And there's our pumpkins. Very easy. Love being able to die cut these things. Okay, let's see. Bring this back. Here is our label. And I'm gonna put my pumpkins on using a dimensional. Oh, Renee, I can help you with that. I have some other ideas for tissue boxes. So let me get back to you on that. Some really super cute ones that we could probably make into something that's fall related. And you have that great set that you just got with the pumpkins. We could use that. So yes, I'll get back to you about that. All right, so I used dimensional and put on those pumpkins on the front. And now the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to add my leaves to the label. Now I cut these out before, but these are also cut out using those dies. And I cut them out of paper that's pumpkin pie. This is early espresso and this is crumb cake. So they're going to match up perfectly with all the other things on my project. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue up here. And I'm going to go ahead and put these down. Let's see, we'll put that guy there. And we'll put that girl there. Now let's put the larger one on the back. That's a better idea, I think. Okay, there's a larger. Put him next to that. And then we'll go ahead and put the pumpkin pie one on top. So it's really kind of randomly how you're going to want to lay them down on top, just so you have a nice little cascade of leaves on the top. So there is my label. Last thing I need to do, now since I've already put my ribbon on, I'm going to just adhere this using dimensionals. Now we're going to want to do a good dose of dimensionals for this on the front. So I'm going to put 2 at the bottom, and then our ribbon is going to run through the middle. And then I can put 2 on the top like that. All right, so let's turn this over. We'll get our dimensionals off. And the way I have them set up here, that the ribbon will run right through underneath and it won't make it hard for the label to stay adhered. There he is. There it is. There is our finished product. Now, one thing I did think about that I forgot to tell you about, on this one, I cut a little bit. See, this one has the straight corners, and this one I cut the corners a little bit. There's also another way, if you want to use a bigger scissors, you can kind of cut down even farther. Okay, so maybe you want to cut down, it's really kind of just eyeballing it. That's probably about 2 inches. It's really kind of up to you how far you want to go with that. And then it makes it kind of easier for your candy to slide in there. So there you have it. There is your candy corn box. Pretty cute. Hi, Jody. And let me know what you think in the comments. And make sure you share and comment on this so I can let somebody get our prize for next week, which is a box, not a box, well, it is a box. It's a pack of mini shipping boxes, 8 mini shipping boxes. They fold up and look like that. You can use them for little prizes or little gifts to make. So that is our prize for next week. So make sure you share, make sure you comment. And Renee, I will be in touch with you about some ideas for your tissue boxes. I have some great ideas for you. So thanks for joining me, folks. And I hope you enjoyed the candy corn treat box. And starting next week, we'll have Christmas items. I know it's early, but it's time to get started. So have a great week, and I'll see you next Tuesday evening. Bye-bye.